Also in some cultures, wives are always accused of being responsible for the death of their husbands as they pass through others, ranging from drinking the water used in bathing their husbands' cups. In order to prove their innocence and the total disposition of a late husband's property. At the death of a father or husband, female, whether as wives or children, are excluded from the inheritance bequeathed by the departed breadwinners. This act is prompted by selfish male and primordial custom and cultures. It is rampant in Africa to treasure boys. This is based on the assumption that boys are more fruitful. There are significant cases where only the boys are sent to school, leaving the girls behind, thus contributing to the high level of illiteracy among girls and women these days. Many African societies continue to celebrate the birth of male child, while a girl born to a family is accorded little or no celebration. These very unbecoming practices against women clearly violate human rights and dignity of women. Ways by which we Dominican sisters in Africa help to restore women human rights. Women formation. The rights of women are human rights. Several African Dominican sisters congregations have used in these various activities with women, adapting the context to local needs and anxieties. As a result, these sisters created a brochure that helps women to understand various forms of violence through the use of concrete examples and several meetings. Justice, peace, and integrity. Nigeria, Tanzania, and Benin have hosted the 2006 meetings of the National Representatives of Justice and Peace. Particular attention was given to the objectives of the Millennium Development. In different countries, accurate informative bulletins are published on the activities and themes related to justice and peace, a simple way to share good news. AIDS and the Dominican family. In January 2006 in South Africa, called a meeting with members of the Dominican family who work with persons afflicted with HIV. The sisters have created a network of religious who work to eradicate this pandemic illness, education, and solidarity. During the apartheid era in South Africa, the Karaba Dominican sisters decided to open their schools to all races and accepted the risk involved with this disgregation. They were among the first to openly oppose an obvious unjust political system. They also undertook further public action in solidarity with the oppressed. Their ultimate goal was to ensure freedom without the will to revenge. By their activity in solidarity with the oppressed, they contributed to the truth and reconciliation that, in spite of violence, South Africa continues to seek today. Healthcare. As congregation, we in Nigeria, we are present in 3 communities. We work in nursery, primary, and secondary schools with infants and adolescents. We try to educate the youths to the truth that sets us free, to the values of life, to the capacity of developing intelligence against every form of ignorance. Through means of communication, we teach the culture of confrontation with the essential values that form our way of thinking and interacting. It is important to understand that this to the end of unmasking what pervades our culture. We are present also in the sanitary field, precisely in the city of Ibadan, about 150 kilometers from Lagos. Families in this city are generally poor, penniless, unable to buy the medicines and to cure the most common or simple diseases like malaria, infections, etc. In this situation, people die at every age, but the most frequent victims of this state of things are children and pregnant women. The sanitary situation of the mentioned locality is made more serious by the presence of many private and abused pseudo clinics, whose main purpose is that of getting money from the poor people, rather than that of offering appropriate cures. Solicited by the strong necessity and spurred by the need of giving an answer, we have started to offer a sanitary service without making calculations or programs, but with a spirit of service. Thus, patients have gone on growing in number and complexity. Particularly, our maternity center has become a reference point for pregnant women and children from 0 to 10 years old. The complexity of cases that went on increasing and a sense of inadequacy of the answers given to the demands went on becoming a lacerating experience because of what we came to know later and because of our being without any economic security of funds, since the government grants nothing for the sanitary assistance. Therefore, our congregation of Dominican sisters decided to start the building of a hospital with the desire of offering in not too far time a structure and a service apt to render a service to the sanitary basic needs of the place. Many Italian friends have contributed to the construction of this hospital, and many hospitals in Turin, where I'm presently now, have donated plenty of equipment and economic means. Solidarity then has become one of the means for the defense of human rights. I am thankful to FAS for the courage with which it works for the promotion of human rights at all levels of life, particularly for the dignity and defense of women all over the world, mainly in the third world, where women are victims of violence and injustice. Africa, Nigeria, Tanzania, South Africa, the young will grow, our long journeys towards justice and truth. Then the human rights will become a reality and not just a dream. It's high time to give women their rightful place in the nation building. Thank you, Sister Bernadette.